Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's 2 rings like you're going camping.
Oh, so it's a mini stove.
Yeah.
It's like a mini stove. So she puts a pan on the mini stove?
Yeah, it takes forever to heat up, but it works.
Is it connected to, does it have a fuel source?
It's plugged into the wall.
It's electric. Oh, it's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. Congratulations. Well, that's a totally different non-breakfast related thing because you can eat that 24 hours a day.
Who says?
Right.
It's more of a brunch.
Where does that rank on my list? It's not a priority.
Oh, no. I might have done that in my 20s if I was into that.
I might have done that, yes.
Good.
I mean, years ago, and there might have been alcohol involved.
Yeah, but if you do it, real maple syrup, please.
Real maple syrup, yes, sir.
No log cabin.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Mrs. Butterworth.
Morning after. What are you having? Pancakes after your dinner of a nice tossed salad.
As we're sitting there around these foodies, all these people, Cary looks at me and she smiles, and I thought she's going to say,
how sweet.
Have you having a good time or something like that?
Right.
She says, well, these are your people.
Yeah. They are. They are.
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, radio entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, ending up the winter. Goodbye, February. Hello, March. Nice to see you, March 1st. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. We're enjoying our second decade of the show that has become a daily routine for thousands of listeners all over the world. Safford, Arizona, Havre de Grace, Maryland. I love saying Havre de Grace. Havre de Grace.
Havre de Grace, Havre de Grace, Havre de Grace, Havre de Grace, Havre de Grace.
Santa Clara, California, Marshall, Virginia, Minnesota City, Minnesota, and Buenos Aires in Argentina. We're very happy to be with you today. Happy Fat Tuesday. This is the day before Lent begins. It's a massive day for New Orleans. I have no idea, because I haven't seen stories about it, whether it's balls to the wall in New Orleans or not. One of my favorite cities. One of the cities we've done one of our first live shows in, New Orleans, Louisiana. Never been there on Fat Tuesday. Don't care to be. Don't care to be there when everybody's there. I just
Do you get the feeling it would be kind of like visiting Miami for Super Bowl weekend?
It's the event, the big event.
Exactly.
But the only difference is the culture of tourists drinking to the point of obnoxiousness just doesn't appeal to me on any level whatsoever. I don't like. I'm not a big New Year's Eve fan, and to be honest with you, until I owned a bar, an Irish bar, I was not totally enamored with St. Patrick's Day. I preferred the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving.
That's a great night
to be my great party night. But I have no idea. I don't know. Are people?
I've got a couple friends that
for New Orleans.
I've got
right
a couple friends who live in New Orleans, and so normally when stuff goes down, I see it on my Facebook feed. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff, so maybe it's.
How is James Carville anyway? Is he doing well? You said you had a couple of friends down there. How are Brad? Used to be Brad and Angelina.
You should see the beautiful Christmas card the Carvilles sent out this year. That's gorgeous.
Very nice.
Very
nice.
I get the feeling it's a little reserved down there because you just don't see a lot of it. I haven't seen a lot of it on my feed.
There's also a pandemic that's subsiding.
That's what I would say.
So
probably part of it. Yeah.
Impact a big part of that. Last year wasn't the same.
No.
So that's probably why you're not seeing all.
I would think so. That would be my thought.
So
I had a moment. Speaking of the pandemic, where was I going? Into the box store yesterday.
Yes.
To purchase a monitor, and I really, really sat in my car, and I'm watching the people walk by, and I just made the choice, and I went into the box store maskless, for the first time in a long time, and. I said, I'm able to keep my distance here, and I will be in and out. And I went maskless, and it was kind of a big step because I was looking at the, even 2 weeks ago, 50, 60% of people were masked up. And I think I get the impression that's winding down a little bit. What's it like up in your neck of the woods?
I would guess 20 to 20%, 25% maskless in the grocery store now. And the DC mandate lifts today.
Today.
Yeah.
So it's optional today. Our building, however, though, In the common areas, still mask policy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But for
What are you
our
doing
floor-
at Podville Media? What's that? What's that?
Well,
gonna be?
today's we go by the CDC. Today's optional, so we're
Okay.
not using masks because we're all
Are you
vaccinated.
excited about that after all the?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you were
Yes.
letter of the law for a
Yes.
long time,
It's
right?
great.
Yeah, it's exciting. I like
It's
it.
great. Just gotta monitor everyone's halitosis.
Haloptosis.
Oh, I had that for a few days. That was incredible. Before Rob started flossing, that was problematic.
But you know
and
what?
then,
Every day now. So
there's just one time we were working together, right? Where I stood next to you and I identified it right away.
I'm
and
so
I said,
pleased
have
you
to
remember
deal."
the one time. Yes.
Did anybody ever else complain prior to your routine?
No,
flossing
mostly I
days?
just got thank you notes. They say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you
the
for-
cadaver breath that we were smelling.
as
with
a
that
rule,
particular
as a rule, being
situation.
pretty good. No, I know. No, it was. I think you caught me on a rare day, Mike. And you know what? We never really stood right next to each. I remember the bit we were doing. It was evenings with Mike O'Mara,
Evenings with Mike O'Mara,
and it
Very,
required
very
us to
exciting.
stand right next to each other. So that was
Yeah.
the problem.
I think cadaver breath though is a very sweet way of saying get your ass together.
Well, there is look. There are a few things. Many, halitosis, a big
Yes.
industry in the United States, and I think ultimately, I have a few record holders, and they're usually associated with radio people we've worked with. There's an engineer that we worked with years and years ago who, we brought it to the show. It was so horrible. Like you could smell it when he walked into the room. It
That's
was that
not
bad.
okay.
It
Yeah.
was that bad. And that could be something medical. That could be something.
Yeah.
But then there was the standard for me would be, I think, that food in teeth, untended to,
yes.
with either brushing or flossing is the number one. I think that's the number one. Where have I gotten it recently? I've gotten it recently from I think maybe hanging out with some golf guys, and you get just a whiff of it periodically.
Early morning
and,
golfers.
No, it's just there because late in the day is even worse. If you're not dealing with it first thing in the morning, that's it. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned what. Go ahead.
Could it be food under dentures?
You sound off mic. You sound very off mic.
Do
Yeah.
I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1, 2,
Like
3,
your
1, 2,
mic's
3?
it's
not-
a little far away.
It's
Yeah.
exact same settings
The
as
correct
yesterday.
snapshot.
For me, the most recent trip to the dentist was the longest period of time I've gone without with the pandemic without
Sure.
being included in the pandemic was. Do you remember the story of leaving our dentist who made the flip comment about my kid to
Yes.
my wife?
I do.
Yeah,
Who
Yes.
said, "Well, if you don't mind him being in pain," and I'm like, and Carla was like, when she gets to be the caged tiger, excuse me, you said I'd
Right.
like to have my kid in bed. That was it. So we went to a new joint, and it had been almost 2 years, and a fantastic experience of getting my teeth cleaned, and then a stunning report from the dentist. Something like good bone structure of my teeth, and I was and I danced out, and I said, "See you in 6 months." Phantasmagorical,
And they didn't
not
play
like
any-
the other one that was doom and gloom every goddamn time I'd go in there.
The new guy didn't play any pranks on you?
No, that was the one that we all had. Oscar back in Fairfax,
I still hear
Dr.
about
Dana,
this. Yeah.
who was and they had a particular lady who was. Look. And this is for all medical offices. If you
Here's-
work in a small medical office, let me give you a piece of advice. I think there are maybe 2 patients that are going to like it if you're a super deluxe happy office.
Right.
Now, there's a difference between happy and friendly.
Pleasant.
All right.
Yeah.
Friendly and pleasant is fantastic every time. Greet a person at the happy, like giddy, is not what I want from my professional office. And you'd go into this dentist's office, and we liked the dentist.
Dentist is great.
We liked him. Would that be accurate?
No,
we liked him. We didn't love him. You still go to him, don't you?
Yeah, I still do. The whole family does. So I like him. Yeah.
Do you get? But you're not. Are you covered for him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. So you still go to that office?
Yeah.
I don't want
the
to
whole
get you
family
in trouble.
does. No, but that's okay.
Would
because,
that be described as that still a giddy office like it was? I don't want giddy at a dentist's office.
Well, what happens is you have to, when you make your appointment, you have to request a certain hygienist. Otherwise, then you're in trouble because otherwise you're going to get, make sure you sign with this pen. Bzzz.
Yeah, like a joy buzzer,
probably doesn't
like an
happen
electric
anymore.
pen
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Big laughs and stuff. But just the overall demeanor of of giddiness,
And I believe it might be a
happiness.
3-day work week now at that office.
Oh yeah, that contributes to it too.
Yeah, they love
lifer
that.
employees that
Yeah.
love the world. Is the hot lady still working there?
I believe so. Yes, I haven't
Okay,
been in over a year, so I can't tell you. for certain.
You haven't been in over a year.
No, because of the pandemic. I need to make an appointment. I
Wait,
do.
wait. You can still go to the dentist in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes, I know, Oscar, but I haven't. So I haven't.
Why are you
All right.
mad at me?
Because you're picking a scab. You came in this way.
No, I'm serious. First off, I came in and helped you. I said, let's get you a new computer. The show will pay for it. That's help.
That's
That was beautiful.
absolutely
That was
right.
Yeah, so what else
that was
did I do
before.
wrong?
That's before we went on the air,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm picking scabs.
Well, no, but you're saying you're gonna make some sort of dig at me about not going to
No,
the
he
dentist.
stays on your ass, and he's got over a year. It's probably time.
Yeah, probably.
to do that.
That's
I
how
went
the
2 years.
halitosis comes back.
You're right. You're right. You're
Right.
right. And also,
So-
there is the yellowing issue.
You have a yellowing issue?
Mike, you made a whole bit of it in Las Vegas.
Oh, your yellow teeth?
Yes, so they probably need
all
to
right.
be. They probably need a good
Maybe
scrubbing.
if you went to the dentist more than just every couple years, they wouldn't be so yellow.
This is very true. I stand.
I don't know.
corrected.
I don't know if they. I mean, with modern brushing, Rob's a brusher and a flosser.
They
now.
can
I
whiten
don't-
them?
Sure.
Yeah, but I don't. I've never bought into that. How many dentists do we have that went on WJFK that were like whitening people?
I've whitened my
And
teeth twice.
I don't. You
And
know
it
what?
works.
For me, I didn't like it. I didn't like the experience. I didn't like it, and I didn't see. I've got fake ones right here. I've got bonding right here on these.
Oh, so
on
they
these
could
two.
actually whiten it like a different rate.
Got it.
Yeah.
And at the old dentist, they're not. They don't match the rest of the choppers. so
he's right. He's right because he's got.
When Mike smiles, it looks like a piano. 2 black keys and 3 white.
Yeah,
no, it's not that bad, but it's not that
he's
great
got a great
either.
paint job. Terrible tires.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
And Carla, and by the way, Carla wants me to deal with this other dentist. I'm not doing that. I go in, I get it. They're healthy.
You would
they're
look great
fine.
with veneers.
But there's
Big Ed
there are
McMahon
certain
veneers.
things-
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. There's there's certain things with a car.
Yes.
If you have a car that you've had for a long time, at a certain point you just go, is it really worth painting that car? Is it really worth painting that car? I don't think it
My
is.
name is Earl
I don't really
Scheib, and
think
I
it
don't
is,
fix
you know.
any
I
teeth for
think
You know,
I
and
would
you know
go-
what? Let me give you the analogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The idea of that modification to me would come after weight loss. So the odds are it'll
Let's be
never
realistic.
ever
Yeah,
happen.
Let's be realistic here.
Let's be realistic with it,
teeth.
you know.
And then get the weight off.
What if you get lighter teeth?
Look, I don't want to get what are called veneers, where they shave your teeth down to nubs, because my teeth are healthy. But the idea of bonding, where they prep your
Right.
existing tooth and put a little something in front, which is also now prohibitively expensive, I have considered it. But I was in and out of the dentist the last time I went so quickly with such a glowing report and a wonderful hygienist who was friendly, and she was not giddy. She was Canadian and she was funny, talking about her family in a really quirky. She was a unique personality.
Did she
and
mention
I
the attack?
What's that?
Did
no,
she mention the
imminent
attack?
No.
No.
The thoroughly, she was thoroughly competent, and she was also thoroughly quirky with her personality, an unusual personality. So I loved it because
Cool.
it was different. The other place that you still go to, the giddy factor is just manic. Do you find it a little manic, right? Where it's just a little.
The
right?
hygienist I use is not manic. I do find that when you get into the dental chair, if you're having a procedure or if it is him and his assistant,
God.
it's
Yeah.
very practiced. It's a very,
Yeah.
very practiced routine, sort of.
Yeah, well, I
And
don't
some-
like it. Yeah, I know why you love it. It's the sameness. That's what you like. You like the routine, and I don't. That office.
Maybe
it
maybe
used
he
to
should
drive
up
me
his
nuts.
routine.
What's that?
Rob, his visits.
Well, the visits, yeah. When's you probably have they reminded you at all? They used to be good at that.
Well,
where
they used to.
would
They sent
remind
me a
you.
card. They said, "Still alive." No, they
Is that
didn't.
really what
no,
they?
didn't
no,
really.
okay.
I will
Well,
make.
well,
I will
forget
make
it.
an appointment. This has been a
Okay.
good kick to the pants. It's good.
Okay, it's wonderful. Listen, as far as routine goes, I believe that this is all I'm going to say on the Ukraine situation right now. The Ukraine situation, I now watch the news, and in the last 24 hours, I have decided that I will watch the news coverage of the situation in Ukraine, and I will watch it like I would watch a weather forecast, because it has become extremely clear to me that coverage of this situation is like covering politics or covering the weather, that you can get all the analysis you want, but I don't think anybody knows until it really happens what's going to happen in Ukraine. And outside of being just gut shot by some of these people, these young, beautiful people that are staying behind and taking up arms, and just, it moves me to tears to watch this. I don't know. And you can show, every network can show a picture of that 40-mile convoy,
right?
That they seem to be obsessed with. And what's amazing to me is I think that the correspondents that are in Ukraine that are reporting back are incredibly brave individuals that have chosen that occupation, and they do a really, really nice job. But I think the talking heads that want to speculate as far as this is going to happen, well, nobody really expected that the resistance would be as successful, at least within the last 24 hours, as they have been. So when you see that, I think I watch it now with just tremendous empathy for the Ukrainian people, and hope that that they will be able to hold their ground, or at least slow down the march of this maniac. And the second thing that they try to scare you a little bit on the local news with the mental profile of Vladimir Putin,
Right,
the
saw that last
stability of Vladimir Putin.
Over and over again. I was like,
over and over. It's like stability.
don't you think we didn't know this? Like we've known this. We're at war.
Yeah, but there's
Look
some.
what he did.
There's some editor that said,
analyze his stability. You know what I mean?
There's some editor in some newsroom and said, "Hey, here's the angle for tonight."
This is the Wendy Williams body language expert.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to say he's doing it's such total speculation. What's real is an interview of I saw a wonderful interview last night. I think it was on CNN, of a couple that had just gotten married. They moved their wedding date up from May to because they knew that the country was invaded. They actually got married the day of the invasion.
Wow.
And these are two people were English challenged, but they did their best to communicate where they were. And I'm looking at these two wonderful young people, and there they are, looking like they're scared, but they're staying in there. They're hanging in. This is a tremendous amount of people in Ukraine that are doing this, and that's the story as far as I want to. I want to pretend it. The point I'm trying to make is and I'm having trouble making it, is that's the reality. That's the real stuff.
People.
That's the people that are sitting there and hanging in there. Do we know what the end game? Nobody knows. Nobody knew that Russia wouldn't take over this country in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew that. Nobody was really calling for that.
Do you think that this convoy of
They're obsessed with this convoy
Nutz
of
to
tanks
Buttz,
and
where they're right next to each other?
right.
That's a technical term for those of you at home.
It's a Russian military
yes,
term.
Nutz to Buttz.
Nutz to Buttz.
So
That's what they. By the way, the Russian military uses that. We will line up trucks and tanks, Nutz to Buttz. That's fine. That's how we will do
Gorbachev
it.
actually coined it many years ago. But
it's like one of those shock and awe terms.
yeah, shocking
but
on
Nutz
Nuts
to
to Buttz.
Buttz.
Yeah, that's right.
But what were you going to
So-
say about the convoy that we seem to see every 5 minutes?
If you don't laugh, you cry, people. I feel like there's been so many reports, and again, who knows?
Who knows?
Of dissension from the Russian army, of like rolling up, being like, we don't want to fight. Our commander brought us here. We don't know what's going on. That maybe the higher ranks are like, we can't send these people like in groupings of 5 anymore. We got to get Nutz to Buttz.
Yeah.
So somebody has some accountability of each other, because we can't just keep on, punting and say we ran out of fuel.
It's weird, and I don't think that it was. I think that and you correct me if I'm wrong, that the portrayal of the Russian military has been one of, this is an awesome, incredible juggernaut,
A force to reckon with.
a force to reckon with when at least some of the video I saw yesterday was Soviet era. Now, when you hear Soviet era, you think of cars, toilet paper lines, that type of stuff. And I think what we've always heard about people that are over there in Russia, that it's still not, the country's not kicking ass.
Well, they're not
like
making
some of the Western
that
countries.
reinvestment they used to make through the Cold War into the latest and greatest technological, warfare. Now,
doesn't seem like it in
don't need that if
the
you've
on
got
the ground
nukes.
stuff. Right.
You probably don't need that.
Yeah, but that's another thing with as soon as they talked about hi Santos. I love that.
Hi,
I get the shot that I get from you guys in Washington. I just get Santos's tail.
I wish you
so
knew
I get
Santos
this tail
has
that's going like between both of you like a metronome.
Well, it looks
Every
like
time
Robb
I
has
see
a
that.
tail.
Santos has a progression every day.
He's like a centaur.
Well, when the show is going well because I wag it.
He's a mog. Half man, half dog.
John Candy and Spaceballs.
Right.
Before we keyed the mics, Oscar brought up a good thing. Do you think that the Nutz to Buttz things, do you think it's a distraction? Do you think it's a show of force? Do you think it's like, hey, look at us?
Yeah, miles and miles.
Yeah,
no,
got this.
it's obviously they're planning on using them. They're going to go in there. But what I'm saying about this is that nobody expected that that they would get slogged down. Nobody knew that the Ukrainian people would en masse, get to defend their homeland like they're doing. I mean, regardless of what happens in the next week or two, there will be an insurgency. You know that already. You cannot have that many people with that attitude. It's just not possible. We've seen that. We've done it with the United States and Afghanistan. It happens. You get people that are fighting for their country. What is amazing to me is the resilience and the resolve of the people. And it's stunning to me,
It's, you talk about true patriotism.
Yeah.
You sit there and you see these people going back in, celebrities going back in to the country.
Right.
A call to arms.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then you see horrible human beings in this country siding with Putin. I'm sorry. There's no gray area with that.
There's no.
If you're Donald Trump and you're hurling compliments at Vladimir Putin and said he wouldn't have done it because you can't have it both ways.
No.
You're either with us or you're not. You're with the Ukrainian people or you're not. Come on. I mean, it's just, is the division so significant that you have to throw barbs just because Biden's president now, you ass?
The media, you've got, Tucker on Fox literally saying the opposite of what he was saying like a week ago or 4 days
because
ago.
It doesn't fall into his narrative for his party, his team.
And you're
just ridiculous.
And you're like, you just were lauding this guy like high level and then now because everybody else is like, oh, we got to support Ukraine.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's so don't pay attention.
It's
I don't
funny,
think. By the way, that's not going to hold up either because they're even those people get to a point where you have to back off to a degree. You have to back off.
You said something there. You said something there so subtle is supporting the narrative. You don't need to support the narrative of a war. It's a war. Well, no. It's not a football game.
No, the bad guy is the bad guy.
The bad guy
the good
is
guys
the bad
are the
guy.
good guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Period. Mm-hmm. All right. Are there Nazis in Ukraine? Well, they're Nazis in America.
Sure.
They're Nazis in Germany. They're Nazis in Sweden. They're Nazis everywhere. But these people are. This is right is on their side. They have been invaded, and they have to. And what will happen? Nobody knows. So my whole point of talking about this was I watch this now like I would watch a 7-day weather forecast because I don't think with all the analysis in the world, you never really know what's going on. And by the way, I saw some Russian prisoners that were talking about how, they didn't want to be part of this war. I don't believe that either. I believe that could be a situation where they're told to say that because they're prisoners. I don't know. You just don't know that. What I do know is there's some brave young people in Ukraine that are doing this and old people, that are staying behind to fight for their country. And it just I think it's mobilized world opinion on a level we haven't seen in a long time.
Mike,
this is all over the world.
When I pull out, when we go to work, right? There's Embassy Row. You can go down depending on how you're coming in. Passing the Ukrainian embassy and seeing all the flowers and people essentially holding vigils.
Yeah.
That takes me back to, like, it's surreal. It is surreal.
Right. Sunday afternoon,
all
Cary
day, mornings.
Sunday afternoon, Cary and I were driving through the city, and Cary, at one point, I mean, it was stunning how many people were holding flags.
Yeah.
Just holding flags. She says, where do people get all the flags?
There were Ukrainian flags on the overpasses on 66 today, too.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's world opinion, and and just there's no gray area here. Okay, a gray area is when two countries fight each other because they want something, that they want something.
Right.
And they're fighting. This is a sovereign country doing nothing, minding its own business. Bingo, bango. Putin wants the old Soviet Union back together. And, do you get nervous because he talks about a nuclear threat? Yeah, you do. Of course you do. How can you not? But at the same time, just support the people. And and if you have an organization you want to donate to for the hundreds of thousands of refugees that we will have from this conflict, do that. And we'll get one to put up on MikeO'MaraShow.com in the coming days to let you know what we want to do. That stuff has to kind of sort itself out before we pull the plug on something like that. So I just wanted to say that. As far as the last thing I wanted to mention here is, if you are looking for a distraction on the tube of you, that is wonderful on a deep dive. I am late to the party on this guy, but I watched it with my son showing his teeth. I have got the guy's name, and you've probably all seen him because he's been around so much.
Freddie Roman?
His name is Kazuhisa Uekusa.
Let me see.
He is known really as the Japanese trick guy. And he's been on Britain's Got Talent. He's been on YouTube forever. What he does basically is stupid human tricks.
Okay.
And then he plays a dramatic stager and does this stare at the camera like he's accomplished a feat of strength. And
what's his approximate age?
He would be in his 30s probably, or late 20s.
What's his last name again?
It is Kazuhisa, Uekusa. If you look at Asian Trick Guy on YouTube, you will see who I'm talking about here.
America's Got Talent.
Okay.
It's Britain's Got Talent is where he went in. And he does a stare at the camera. He will strip naked and pull satin sheets out of under teacups on his nipples and his genitals. He does stuff. Everybody, the people that know him know who I'm talking about right now. But if you want just stupid fun to forget the world's troubles for just a second, I urge you to check this guy out. And
he's got plenty of material.
If you go to YouTube and you look up Asian Trick Guy,
crazy hair.
Not crazy hair as much as he's got black, straight, Japanese hair. That's what he's got.
Okay.
Oh, I found the best of here. Yeah, he's a TikTok guy. TikTok.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he's a TikToker as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So check him out.
Good for all
TikTok.
ages is what you're saying.
Family friendly.
I'm not sure. There are a few things where he puts the sheet in between his butt cheeks and pulls it out to do that. Does a lot of work with bottles, and it's just
a lot
stupid.
of work with bottles.
It's so stupid that it's delightful. And I think if you look up Asian Trick Guy,
we found
you'll find him. So check it out. I wanted to share that with you. We got to take a break. When we come back, the homepage, and later on. Well, God, I don't know what to prioritize. I want to hear about which is better, Cary insulting you or DirecTV screwing you?
Oh, definitely Cary insulting me. Everyone's been screwed by DirecTV.
Oh, very nice. All right, we'll take a break. Come back with the homepage. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa. Woo! It's a picture of Carla from Vegas or New Orleans.
Yeah, next to Dirk.
The thing about it is he's got that big Dirk energy.
Big Dirk energy. Yes.
That was good.
The Mike O'Mara Show podcast is chock full of laughs and stories. Every episode improves your mood, lifts your spirits, and gives you more male vitality. But for maximum impact, you have to subscribe to the TMOS bonus show. Only then can you get Big Dirk energy.
Get hard for your money back.
It's P1 Hall of Famer Dirk Vastrick. Big Dirk energy is a real thing. I've been listening for almost 12 years, and the TMOS bonus show always puts a smile on my face, a spring in my step, and let's just say there haven't been any complaints in the bedroom.
Right.
Ooh, yeah! Subscribe to the TMOS bonus show today and get big Dirk energy. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Brought to you by Liquid IV. There's my strawberry Liquid IV.
You love it.
My hydration multiplier. I love the packaging. By the way, if you're a strawberry person and you see this little pink color on the shelf, it's so attractive. I love the packaging for Liquid IV.
Yeah,
Fueling life's adventures.
It's like a big Hubba Bubba pack.
Yeah. Hydration multiplier.
Timely.
Electrolyte drink mix. One stick. Multiply your hydration. You see that? See?
Yes.
There's your Liquid IV, and there's your multiplier.
They've got
right
pictures
there.
on the side.
It helps you
One
to
stick,
understand.
for performance, heat and sun. Got that down here. It's
Sure.
here. It's here. You better believe it. I'm telling you. Travel, wellness. There's no better time than right now to check this out. And I've got just tons of my favorite flavor, which happens to be strawberry.
Strawberry.
Oh, my God, do I love the strawberry. You're going to love this. Make sure you're feeling like your best self. That's exactly my plan with the help of my favorite hydration product, Liquid IV. One stick of Liquid IV, 16 ounces of water, hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone.
That's the sound of hydration, Oscar.
Love it.
Plus, Liquid IV has incredible hydration flavors, watermelon, lemon, lime, grape, pina colada, and my strawberry. What makes Liquid IV so effective? CTT, cellular transport technology. That's the optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium to deliver water and nutrition to the bloodstream super fast. First thing out of bed this morning, big glass of Liquid IV, because we had ham and bean soup last night.
A little bit of
That's
salt.
got a high salt content.
Little bit of
Thank
salt.
you very much.
Little bit of
By
salt.
the way, Liquid IV is also out to change the world by donating to hospitals, first responders, veterans, and active military. Liquid IV has donated over 19 million servings globally. Grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com. Promo code TMOS, everybody.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and I would say Samuel L. Jackson would be the closest thing that this world has to an expert in the world of profanity.
The Spanish call him Samuel the Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The Jackson. He is the guy. He is the main man when it comes to cussing. So maybe it matters how he feels about Joe Rogan saying the N-word on his podcast. Here's what Sam says. Sam says, quote, "There is no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word. Never mind publicly on a podcast. Say that you're sorry because you want to keep your money, but you were having fun, and you say you did it because it was entertaining." But Sam doesn't have a problem with Quentin Tarantino writing the word into his scripts. Quote, "Every time someone wants an example of overuse of the N-word, they go to Quentin. It's unfair." Sam says he is just telling the story, and the characters do talk like that. So he said there's a difference between the movie script and hearing it on a podcast, which, I mean, that's Sam's opinion, and I don't use that word on my podcast, so I don't know. But I would say he is, if you ever want to know about any kind of profanity, you go to Samuel.
Yeah.
These MFing snakes on a plane.
Yeah, and if you're writing a script, that and let's be fair, like you look at the body of work that Quentin's put together, none of it's pro-racism.
No.
Right. It's, in fact, if you look at a movie like Django,
Quite anti.
It's quite anti-racist, and it's an interesting take. But I go with that, with what Sam says about using that word. The white devils, just it's not your word, so don't do it. Thank you very much. That's all I'll say on that. Bob Odenkirk said CPR and being in good shape from doing the movie Nobody. It's a great movie.
That is a good movie.
Saved his life when he had a heart attack last July while filming Better Call Saul. He was on the Howard Stern show yesterday, and he said someone on set immediately started giving him CPR. Then a health officer used a defibrillator 3 times on him.
Wow.
He added, quote, because I was in good shape, you kind of enlarge the other veins around your heart. If you work out a lot, I was told that more blood was able to go to my heart during CPR. These veins were just a bit bigger from a lot of working out. Take CPR classes because you can save lives with them. The day after his heart attack, he also had a surgery to remove buildup plaque that he had around his heart. Because he was in good health, he had a speedy recovery and was back to work in September. My advice would be, whatever shape you're in. I'm not in good shape, but I do stuff. Rode the bike 7 or 8 miles yesterday on my day off from playing golf. And when I'm out on golf, it's not running marathons, but it's moving and move your body. Get out, move around, do stuff that can help you in a situation like that. In Bob Odenkirk's case, I believe that his level of conditioning that he was doing for that movie probably helped save his life.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's scary when you think about it. I have good news and I have bad news.
Can we have the good news
news
first?
is here's the good news.
All right.
TikTok videos can now be up to 10 minutes long.
Oh, damn.
This is good news.
The bad news is TikTok videos can now be up to 10 minutes long.
I wonder how that's going to affect their algorithm. I saw this break. So they said they had a big announcement coming.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I wonder if they're going to. No, they're extending the videos. What type of impact is that now going to make on the YouTubes of the world? Because that's exactly what they're going after.
Sure.
Yeah, I would think so. And doing it in a very creative and I don't want to say sneaky, but it's a very they're going after him and they're
you put a hook,
easing into that.
Think about when you get hit by the trending videos. They have a hook to a song, which you and I and everyone listening here right now within this room knows from our radio, our music radio days. It was about spins.
Yeah, right.
You wanted spins, and then you'd be in music meetings, and you'd have hooks.
Right.
And the hook would actually get the spins. But all they give you is a hook now for these songs.
Right.
So you have
and
this dopamine rush all the time.
And think about who they're competing against.
Yeah.
They are now smart enough to know. I think it's brilliant simply because when you talk about YouTube, how many times do you go to YouTube now and you get, hey guys, how are you? Here's the guy. I'm going to show the video that I want. Subscribe. Make sure you click on it.
Get
on
to
and
it.
on. Right. Get right to
the
it.
TMOS, TikTok, it's the hook.
It's the hook. It's all
It's
the hook.
the hook.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's what we give you. And that's, I think it's smart. So they announced the change yesterday. They say they hope the increase will, quote, unleash even more creative possibilities for our creators around the world. I like the idea of, unleash the creativity, but cut down on the BS.
Yes.
Not everyone
That is just
deserves
so
10 minutes, though.
No.
No, you are so right.
Come to
about
the Mike
that.
O'Mara Show TikTok page. We serve dessert first.
Absolutely. When TikTok started, videos had a 15-second limit. Then they raised it to a minute. Last year, they upped it to 3 minutes, and now 10.
Yeah.
This is
10
so great
parakeets.
because the youth of America is going to have a much longer attention span.
Yeah, sure.
So they hooked
We'll
you.
see that.
They got you.
They
And now
got
they're
you.
going to give you more.
Yeah.
As I mentioned at the very beginning of the show, it's Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, if you don't want to get all French about it. Bonjour.
Hello.
That means it's also National Pancake Day.
Ooh.
Pancakes on Mardi Gras are a thing.
Yes.
Because they help people get rid of all the butter, eggs, and milk in their fridge before Ash Wednesday, which is the start of Lent. Kind of a Catholic thing. As always, you can get a free short stack at IHOP today. They just encourage you to donate a few bucks to charity instead of paying. Here are a few quick stats to help celebrate National Pancake Day. Only 7% of Americans don't like pancakes. 93% like or love them.
They're good.
Do you
They're
like
very
Robb
good,
or
yes.
love them?
I love them. I do.
You love pancakes.
I do. Yes. It was a traditional Saturday morning meal in our house. Saturday
doesn't
morning
love a
breakfast.
pancake.
Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic. Buttermilk pancakes are the most popular type. Blueberry pancakes are next. Those are my favorite. I love blueberry pancakes.
The
And
least-
real Maine blueberries.
The
by
least
the way.
popular, Mike. Fecal pancakes.
Fecal pancakes,
nobody
not
likes
too
that.
popular. After blueberry, my son Michael would do a whole hour on chocolate chip pancakes.
Oh.
If he could. Original or plain, and then banana pancakes are in fifth place. Have you ever had banana pancakes?
I have, yeah. I'm more of a traditionalist. I like the buttermilk.
I like blueberry, but I also have done bananas, and I've made every variety. I make cinnamon apple pancakes. that goes over with the kids like you would not believe when he has a sleepover.
Shannon will make on an occasional Saturday morning.
Yeah.
She'll make on the hot plate, no oven.
Right.
She'll make
stove, really.
These wheat quinoa. It's just, they're terrible.
It's a griddle. It's a griddle.
Whatever it is. It heats
Is
up
it
and
the
makes
thing where
things.
it's like a rectangle and you stick it in, it's got a dial on it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
griddle.
a griddle.
Yeah,
That's a griddle. It's not a hot plate. Now, a hot plate would be much more sad. I don't want... Look, your living situation is sad enough, but I have to tell you that...
don't need to
the
amplify
griddle...
No, we have 2 rings around it. Like it's two rings like you're going camping.
Oh, so it's a mini stove.
Yeah.
It's like a mini stove. So she puts a pan on the mini stove?
Yeah, it takes forever to heat up, but it works.
Is it connected to... Does it have a fuel source?
It's plugged into the wall.
It's electric.
Oh, it's electric.
Boogie, woogie.
Congratulations. If you could only put one topping on your pancakes, what would it be? 62% of people would go with syrup.
It's only sod if you look at it sod. I walk in, I'm like,
So
look at you, you're
sod.
cooking. This is great.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
In a
It's
honeymooner's sort of way.
But the plan,
15
as
to
we
a
heard,
flat sort of way.
as we heard yesterday, the plan will be to have a real kitchen
When
for
she's living in the lap of luxury,
family.
That's right.
and I'm 6 feet under, you'll all remember this.
4 gas burners and
Let me
pancakes at
ask
your
you.
ass.
Let me offer this.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: Are you
Doug.
planning with your remodel to put in? Would you have a gas or an electric range or stove? What do you think?
We
going to
already
go
have
in?
gas.
You have gas attached to the house?
Yes.
So you'll get a gas
We'll
stove.
get a gas
That'll
range.
make a
Yeah.
huge
Your life will
difference.
change.
Yeah.
It will.
Your life will change.
I'm
It'll
saving
be
up for
fantastic.
Wolf
Oh,
range.
see, go
Yes.
for it. Go,
Yes.
yeah. Well,
Yes.
now
Yeah.
you're already checking them out. Go for the real Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Fantastic. You
Yeah.
deserve it.
Yes.
And
I
Mike,
do.
I will say that
Resale value, Mike. Resale value.
Yeah,
always,
your neighborhood.
always
Good
looking
idea.
in.
Yes.
Blueberry pancakes. I wasn't a real fan until you gave me the real ones up in Maine, and that makes all the
That's
difference.
the thing. 'Cause
That's
they're
the
so,
thing. Yeah.
There's that really concentrated blueberry taste
So
from
good.
the real
So good.
berries.
Berries.
The real berries are the things that do it. 62% of people would go with syrup. By the way, it should be real maple syrup,
Yes.
not the store bought stuff. Not the
Log
and we've
cabin.
The best pancakes ever were made by one of the cast members here on the show, the principal, Mike O'Mara. When we were in Maine,
Yeah.
you went and bought real blueberries
Yes.
off the side of the road.
Yes,
and
I
like, you
did.
guys don't understand. We're like, it's just pancakes. No, you don't understand.
Right. Different animal.
amazing.
Different animal. Yeah. There's a reason I'm fat. 10% said butter also. I've done it. You can go there sometimes. 8% said fresh fruit. Some people like fresh fruit with their pancakes. 4% said peanut butter. I have never put peanut butter on a pancake. And another 4% said Nutella. I've heard of that before.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And 2% said honey. I'm just surprised that 4% would put peanut butter on a pancake.
Mike.
And number 4, according to the poll, pancakes are our third favorite breakfast food. Bacon and eggs, number 1 and number 2.
I think bacon and egg, that almost goes together, though. That should almost be
I think
number
that
one.
would be a number 1 thing. And the biscuits and gravy would be number 2 in my house. So I don't eat that.
And
very
don't give a
often.
pig a pancake.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank
by the
you.
way, my favorite Eggs Benedict restaurant, they don't have their S together. So
The one next to the place?
Yeah, the one next to the
What
place was a
happened?
disaster. A lot of bad vibes from the people that work there, and then we went in and had our experience, and it wasn't anything we hadn't heard. They good cook,
Yeah.
bad service,
Oh,
and bad service doesn't.
That'll do it.
Mike, I just
Real shame.
sent you a question real quick to the team, if you don't mind.
All
Just
right,
about
let me,
that list.
see.
Barely
I
got
have
it in. Just right under it. Right, I'm
Right in
curious.
the wire?
I'm right under the wire.
All right.
Just in case you get it.
Just a second. I gotta wait. I'm waiting. Takes a while to get down here.
I
Here we
can
are.
answer that.
Well, that's a totally different non-breakfast related thing because you can eat that 24 hours a day.
Who says?
Right.
It's more of a brunch.
Where does that rank on my list? It's not a priority.
Oh, no. I might have done that in my 20s if I was into that. but
I might
no,
have done
no,
that,
I'm
yes.
good.
I mean,
I'm good.
years ago,
Yeah,
and there might have been
yeah,
alcohol
Yeah,
involved.
but if you do it, real maple syrup, please.
Real maple syrup, yes, sir.
No log cabin.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Morning after. What are you having? Pancakes after your dinner of a nice tossed salad. You know how some people had to give up precious space in their homes to create a home office. It's just not natural. I'm sorry.
Right, you're right.
It's just not. It's not a good thing to do. You know, and if you wake up with a tremendous hangover, no, I'm not going to go there. It's just, you know,
We get it.
It's with someone you love for a long time. And you know,
talk about halitosis.
Let me get back to the story again. You know how, well, that's if, you know, I wouldn't, the person would have to be ready.
Well, quite understood. Prepared.
You know what I mean? Really ready, like fresh out of a tub. You know how some people had to give up precious space in their homes to create a home office during the pandemic?
Yes.
I didn't. I had a home office before that. Well, there are also the people, and by the way, my studio in here is starting to look like this. There are also people who added new hobbies in their lives during the pandemic, space-consuming hobbies. In a new poll, 38% of people say they or their partner picked up a new hobby during the lockdowns, and now that stuff is all over the place. I got a messy room right now. I got a really, really
What's
messy
going
room.
on?
But it's not like you picked up a
monitors.
hobby.
I have 1, 2, 3 monitors in here right now.
Oh.
I have 2 jackets from when I wore the jacket when we were trying to get Rob to dress up. I've got a wine rack in a box that's been here for 3 months. And
does it
I've got a
require
fan.
assembly?
Yes.
Yeah, it goes on the wall.
Okay.
Because when I'm out of here, eventually we're
It's
going
a
to turn this
saloon.
into a little saloon room.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're going to have in here. And my walls are horrible. I got these circular lights. What do they call the lights for podcasting? You know, the circular,
the Diva lights?
circle
Diva
lights.
lights,
And it's just a mess. 38% of people say they or their partner are hoarders with this. Some examples of people that picked up hobbies that are cluttering their house. New collections. Collectibles.
Yeah.
How long have you been a hoarder? You've been a hoarder most of your life, right, Rob?
I don't know why this has turned into something that's anti-me.
Well, you're a
but
collector.
I collect things.
Don't
yeah,
get
I mean,
paranoid, but you collect stuff.
Like,
you have lots of
for
collections.
example, I never stopped collecting vinyl, even back when vinyl was the thing you bought. So I
Right.
have thousands and thousands of albums. I have Elvis things that I haven't bought an Elvis thing in a long time.
Did you
Did you
pick
pick up any new hobbies during the pandemic?
No, not really. I baked a little, but that doesn't really change anything.
Can clutter a kitchen.
I
but, no,
I
not
started
really.
picking up Transformers. Yeah,
That's true.
I got boxes.
Yeah.
I don't have room for boxes.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't either.
You got to
And my
keep the
garage,
boxes.
Yeah.
my garage is just a flat out joke right now.
Oh yeah.
We have barely enough room to get a car in there. It's ridiculous.
You can get a car, and good for you. I can barely walk through because we're storing furniture for when Julia needs furniture.
You guys have a garage?
He
Weird.
wins. Outdoor gear, camping equipment, woodworking materials, gardening supplies, huge puzzles.
Puzzles.
If I walked in and saw a huge puzzle, I wouldn't be happy. Electronics. I'm the example of that.
Yeah,
right
your
here.
monitors.
Tinkering projects. No detail on this one. Gym and exercise equipment. That can be
Yes.
troublesome
Yep.
as well.
Yes.
We've actually
Yes.
downsized on that when I accepted reality. By
You
the
used
way,
to
I
have
had
a full home gym in your old house in Manassas.
That's right,
I
down
did.
the steps.
I did.
I
Yeah,
remember
and
I was like,
never-
Carly would bebop down there and start working. I was like, what is down there? And she's had like a full gym.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Oscar's staring at her.
Yeah, I was like, do you need some water?
Yeah. Where's
Yeah,
the
and
towels?
then there was the flood.
Oh,
You
it
guys
ruined all
remember
that?
that?
No,
Yeah.
I don't
Remember the
remember
flood?
the flooding downstairs.
Yeah, we came in one day
Yeah.
and we saw the recumbent bike floating down the road.
Nasty. Well, anyway, that's what people are doing during the pandemic. Get outside. Get outside of your own houses. Get out of here.
Come on.
And now a little something. God, how did we run late? I took too much time on the news. A new poll asked if you had to choose, would you rather be smart and sad or dumb and happy? In the end, dumb and happy won, but only by a very slim margin, 36 to 35%. The other 29% say they weren't sure. Interestingly, men were more likely to say smart and sad, while women were more likely to choose dumb and happy. And let's be honest, dumb and happy is the correct answer. On a related note, we will now be changing the name of TMOS to the Dumb and Sad Show, the category that was not Dumb and Sad. Dumb and Sad. Thank you very much. We got to take a break. We will come back
It
with something.
works for me.
Now, dumb.
Yes.
How about dumb, sad, and okay?
Okay.
Dumb Sad, you'll be okay. We'll be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Cary insults.
Yes.
We've all been the recipients of them. We'll have those when we come back next.
Hey,
Hey humans, it's me, Winslow, Mike's Boston Terrier. Do you know I'm smart? In fact, I'm wicked smart. I even watch TV. I like movies like The Departed. My theory on feds is that they're like mushrooms. Feed them and keep them in the dark. Woof. Sometimes I eat too. That's relatable. Good Will Hunting is another one that I like. Do you like apples? Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples? That's funny. Ted is funny too. You, Thunder, you can suck my... You can't get me, Thunder, because you're just God's fat. That scene made me howl. Literally. But the bonus show's even funnier. Buy the TMOS bonus show at michaelmaryshow.com. If you buy a lot of them, I get a greenie and a Blu-ray player. See ya. Gotta visit the fire hydrant. Johnny on the spot. Thanks, Winslow. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. It was John Allen Paulos, who once said, the only certainty in the world is uncertainty. And with everything happening in the world today, it seems like he was correct. However, there are two things that you can be certain of. The Fed is going to raise rates on March 16th, and my friend Mark Livingstone and his team at Cornerstone First Financial are the only mortgage company that you should reach out to if you're looking to purchase or refinance. The low rate window is closing fast, and if you are looking to take cash out for any reason, like saving money and enjoying the tax deductibility, the time to act is now for those looking to purchase a new home. Why not call today and see what they can do for you with their 100% satisfaction guarantee? Cornerstone First Financial is certain to win your business, whether a purchase or refinance. Call Cornerstone First Financial, the number one choice of the Mike O'Mara Show listener, and now licensed in 41 states. So even if you tried them before, try them again. Call 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com. All right. Your wife, Cary, you had mentioned the other day that she was a little cruel to you. Well, she's always cruel to you.
No, it wasn't so much cruel. It was just so pointed and so it was a razor accurate insult. But to really get into it, we got to go back to Christmas. One of her Christmas gifts to me was she got me tickets to see Alton Brown live at the National Theater on tour. It's called Beyond the Eats. It's his live show, and we went Sunday night. We had a lovely dinner at a place downtown and went to the show. And as we got there... This
is great. What a wonderful date night.
It was a wonderful date night. We went to the
That's why you were downtown.
Yeah, went to the Old Ebbett Grill, which is a place. Legendary
You
restaurant.
posted a picture. Carla said you looked like you'd lost weight.
Yeah, I haven't, but it was a good angle.
It was a good
wearing
picture.
Clothes that fits.
That was it. So
see, there you go. You post a picture from Old Ebbett Grill. You look good in those duds.
So we go to the National Theater. And
he doesn't want to respond to that.
Well, I mean, what am I going to do?
I got a call yesterday. Mr. Spiewak, because I wanted to be the receiving call from Joseph A. Bank because I didn't want him to skirt out of getting the rest of the clothes. They said your dark denim and 3 pairs of pants and your jacket are in, they're in, right? So I call Robb because I think he's down the hall. It's 5:30. And Robb's already in his car. He's like, what's up? And I'm like, I was just going to let you know if Joseph A. Bank has your stuff. Let's get over there. He's like, I'll just pick it up tomorrow. I'm like, all right, never mind. We're fine.
Well, no, I said... It's not exactly how it went down, but yeah, that's right.
This is my life.
I'm excited to pick it up today. So
you know how he works. If you wanted to, you'd hang a U-turn and go back and get it, but that's all right.
So we get to the theater, and Cary, this is obviously, she's ready to have a good time, but this is obviously my night because I'm the one who likes Alton Brown. She has put up with it for a lot of years that I watch it. I enjoy the science of the show. I enjoy his presentation, and she got me the tickets. Very sweet.
Me too.
I know you do, and that she's coming along is a nice idea. She says, do you think your mom? And she pulled this leading up to. Do you think your mom would like to go to see Alton Brown with you? I said, well, she probably would, but she just had her hip replaced, so it's probably not a good fit. And she said, oh, okay, well, and I said, I'd like for you to go. So she says, okay. So we go down. We have a lovely dinner, and we go and we get to the National Theater. And as I look around, I'm seeing. There are not
dorks.
There are not many environments that I can walk into where I definitely feel like I'm one of the cool ones there, and I do because there's a lot of people there that are they've already got their merch, they've got their Alton Brown Beyond.
Yeah, and listen, I experienced a live Food Network show when my buddy Mark Silverstein got me backstage to meet Rachel Ray.
Oh right.
and we went backstage, or we went back to some room where she was doing a meet and greet, and it was everybody's a VIP.
Sure.
And I said, I don't need to meet her.
No.
It was insane. And they love, if you want to talk about DC, the wheelhouse for the land of the nerd in Washington, D.C., a Food Network foodie star is the gold standard.
It's
like
gold
the
standard.
Rolling Stones in Cleveland.
Now, I did love the show. I had a great time, but
Of course you did.
what was great is like the guy that sat in front of me that had his Alton Brown bag and his program and his T-shirt, and when Alton Brown started talking about hot wings, he goes, "Oh, the Scoville scale." And I mean, he really says it at that volume. He's that excited about
Sunny times.
the heat, and it's just
What do you expect?
I didn't know what I expected. I did not.
You're
expect
one of them. You have to accept that you're one of them. You are not the cool kid. You are
You
one
paid good
of
money.
the geeks.
So we go in and
The
we're walking
Alton
up.
Brown. Did he talk about how, hi, I'm Elton Brown, and I make things more complicated than they need to
Actually,
be?
Mike, you would love the fact that the first act was what he called his Rolodex of regrets. And he talked about recipes that he did that were bad. And he actually
You're
read
a
the
fan.
bad reviews.
I know. You're
And it
making
was
him
fun.
sound
It was
good.
fun. But
Well, I'm glad.
at one point, Cary looked over and there was a lady in an ill-fitting dress with a purse that looked like R2-D2.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me, and I'm having a great time. And this is when she turns to me. She says,
Are you
"Well,
laughing out loud? Are you doing your big bellowing laugh when he would
Well,
get his little one-liners,
if they
his
were
pre-planned,
good, if they were good,
scripted one-liners?
If they were good, I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't like being showy about it. But this is before
All
the
right,
show.
can I give you, before you go on to the insult, can I just give you
Yeah.
my number one reason why I hate Alton Brown? And
Sure.
I watch Alton Brown periodically.
Mhm.
Alton Brown, the greatest crime he commits is he portrays, he delivers off-the-cuff lines like he's just come up with them when everything that he says is pre-written. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. So he'll do a thing like that. Well, you really don't need butter, but you do. That's written for him. And he makes it look like, whereas other people, a la Anthony Bourdain, will do off-the-cuff kind of stuff if he's sitting there being interviewed.
But
Alton
when he
doesn't
did,
do that.
When he did his live quiz show, when he did audience interaction, he was ad-libbing and he was good at it. And he also told a great story, Mike,
Pshaw.
about diarrhea that you would have loved, but I won't spoil it for anyone who's going to see the
Okay.
show. It was a very, very entertaining, and it was a fun show.
When he rolled out the lobster legs, the little tiny legs.
Boy, you
to
never
get
let
the-
that go. You
the
never
extra
let
meat.
that go.
Yeah, because he was it
He's
made
from
it
Maine.
more
He
complicated.
knows lobsters.
But anyway.
you can suck on them, but that's all you do. You don't get a rolling pin, you douchebag, and roll out the meat from the little legs.
So
Alton.
as we're sitting there around these foodies, all these people, Cary looks at me and she smiles, and I thought she's going to say,
Oh,
like,
how sweet.
have you
Yeah,
having a good time or
Yeah.
something like that?
Right.
She says, well, these are your people.
Yeah. They are.
Accept
They are.
it.
And I did.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you do but
Yeah.
accept
Yeah.
it? What can you do
And
but
the-
accept it?
And there they are. And I would imagine that it's a different for every personality that you get. The Rachel Ray people would be a little different.
Yes.
And the Alton Brown, probably a lot of answer me these questions 3.
He
people,
said that
right?
when you had to do, if you wanted to be part of the on-stage quiz show, there was an online quiz you had to take. I didn't even know about it. And so the people he
if
said,
you had, you would have taken it.
no, I didn't want to be on stage with him. I would rather have watched. I really would have rather have watched.
Really?
Yeah. But he said that everybody that placed in the top 10 was in IT. And I think that's your Alton Brown fan. That's a scientific mind right there.
That's not
What's
a bad
an
thing to
IT?
be.
The
Information technology.
the information technology
an IT
community.
person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
so
right,
that
yeah,
was
a
it.
lot of
And I felt bad for him because the lady that did the hot wing challenge was, and you've done with it, we've all dealt with it, when you pull someone from the audience and they're just a bad mark, they're no good. She really, really was horrible, made him work for it. He made it work, but it was unfortunate because he did, he had like a lot of the goodies.
How did he look?
Good. I mean,
Well, with the Food Network, you see these people, they run reruns from 30 years ago, so it's hard to know what they're looking like.
he's remarkably
now.
thin. He's very thin, and he
Then
looked.
that should tell you all you need to know about his real love of food.
Well, no, he actually made a big deal of it. I think in one of the last seasons about his diet plan because he was disturbed at how heavy he looked on camera. But he looked good.
You're such a dork. I swear to God. You know what?
I am as God made me, Mike.
You are. That's your type of thing. Did you book an interview with him?
Actually, we're still working with his people. Yeah, I've heard back from his people.
All right, that's the day I will take the day off.
Okay.
Because I will not be rude enough to sit here and do this whole thing because it's not worth it.
You gotta let it breathe.
I'm gonna let Rob have. If you do that, you will get as much time as you want. It will be your show.
But I
with
do
Alton Brown, and there are loads of people in our listening audience that would love you to interview
as
Alton.
his tour
and Oscar
continues,
can go, and I can go.
Yeah, it'll just be me and him
pretend.
and a big bucket of.
What would you say the odds of getting an Alton interview for you would be?
I'd say right now we are at about 50%. Because I've heard back from his people.
That tells me all I need to know.
But also, Mike, know that I've been chasing him for 3 years. This is the first time I've heard back from his people. So, I mean,
sad.
We've got something in there.
That's so sad.
I know.
That is so goddamn sad.
These are my
Rob.
people.
I mean, I've been chasing him. Like he's a star. Anyway, that's it. So we'll take a break. And I'm glad you had a good time.
Thank you.
That's
I can tell you are.
Thing. Absolutely. We'll be right back with something on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hello, parishioners. It's me, Uncle Baby Billy Freeman. I want to thank all of you that have supported me by purchasing my Baby Billy's Health Elixir. Blessings to all of you. But I've recently discovered something that's even more potent, and it's my God-given duty to tell you about it. It's the Mike O'Mara Show on Tik-Tok. Beautiful, funny, spiritually uplifting, bite-sized clips of your favorite podcast. Perfect for yourself and for sharing with the congregation of your life. It's based on ancient scriptures and heals colds, flus, straps, even COVIDs. Just search Tik-Tok for Mike O'Mara Show and follow us. Heal the spirit to heal the body. Mike O'Mara Show on Tik-Tok. It's your salvation. Or my name isn't Walton Goggins. Baby Billy Freeman. Amen.
It's really his name, Walton Goggins. That's amazing.
I always thought it was Walter for a while, but it's Walton.
I did too. But it's such a great actor for the Righteous Gemstones. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Cryptocurrency might feel like a super secret club, but Coinbase believes that everyone everywhere should be able to get in the door. Whether you've been trading for years or just getting started, Coinbase makes learning to buy and sell simple. Coinbase offers a trusted and easy-to-use platform to buy, to sell, and to spend cryptocurrency. Plus, they support the most popular digital currencies on the market, and they make them accessible to everyone. They offer portfolio management and protection, learning resources, and a mobile app, so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. Millions of people in over 100 countries trust Coinbase with their digital assets. So, if you are looking to diversify or just getting started, visit the website and check it out. It's a great time to start. For a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when they sign up today at Coinbase.com/TMOS. That's Coinbase.com/TMOS for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to shine up today.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Be sure to shine up today. That's Coinbase.com/TMOS. And thank you, Coinbase, for sponsoring our show. Whoa. There's a show that I am obsessed with that is online right now. It's on Netflix, and it's called Inventing Anna. I came and told the fellas about it yesterday. They both are into this show as well. They have watched it, and I am just riveted. It stars the lady from Ozark,
Julia Garner.
Julia Garner, who has pulled this accent out of somewhere, probably from the actual lady herself. It is the story of a young girl who scams New York society and then gets caught.
Right.
And it is, it is in my mind now that I'm watching it. I don't think I'm as far along as you guys are, but it is in my mind more than anything else. It has made me think about not only, a great crime and a great caper, but the ability to scam wealthy people, especially New York society wealthy people, who are the wealthiest of the wealthy, in a brilliant way. I am watching it simultaneously with an HBO series called The Gilded Age, which deals with
I just
old-timey
started that
1800s society, and it made me realize that, when you watch both of these, and really originating from New York City, a lot of it, this society of richie riches that are, it's just such
nothing
naked,
has changed.
No,
there's a
naked
great line
snobbery.
in the first or second episode of The Gilded Age where they say something like, "Well, I didn't think you'd ever want to live that far up north," and they said, "Well, it's not as far up north as it used to be." And when they're just talking about neighborhoods, right? And it's just crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And Inventing Anna is, there's one scene where she's infiltrating all these rich people and scamming out of money by lying about the fact that she has a trust fund that she cannot access in Germany. And so that opens the door for her to live off other people. It is unbelievable that this actually went down,
Also,
and it's amazing. It really is.
You mentioned just before the show briefly how young someone can be to do this. Like it doesn't.
Right.
You don't have to be a grifter for 40 years.
Right.
You're 25, and you're asking for a $40 million line of credit off of a trust fund that does not exist. Essentially, does just not exist.
Really doesn't exist.
Yes.
We don't. I'm at the stage of the show where I don't know what the origins are.
And no spoiler. Your instincts are on point.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how they break down and they take a deeper dive of where this delusion came from.
Yes.
Yeah, and she taps into the fact, and I don't know if everyone in high society in New York City is like this, but I know a lot of people are. She taps into the fact that the ideas for wonderful things don't matter. The accomplishments don't matter. What matters is having money, first of all, and knowing people that have money, secondly. People that she fuses on to people that are part of this society. There's one guy that says to her, "I don't care about the idea as much as the people that are associated with the idea."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That says it all right there.
But the grift came from, I don't think there's enough focus within the series, is that she has a boyfriend within the series that's an app developer
for a short time.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
And that gentleman, if you remember this app craze that we're all a part of,
the next big thing for apps,
had this what was vaporware, not a real app, just an idea for an app that was already being funded.
Right.
So the association of credibility from, she's dating this multi-million-dollar an app that has not come to market software developer.
Right.
Who's grifting his investors.
Right. Because he doesn't have anything that's real.
He doesn't have anything that's real.
So you got for a period of time, two grifters that are out there.
So it's the grifter that's like the big sucker fish. And then you have another fish on top of that fish, which is his girlfriend.
Right. Learning
in real time how easy it is to do.
Yeah.
And it is, or was. And I don't know if it's easy today. I bet it goes on all the time.
Of course.
I bet people lie about their net worth all the time to just put themselves in. Like, one of the things you hear down here in Southwest Florida, I hear it at least once a week, with the, and you get it up in D.C., the escalating prices of real estate down here. You say, where does the money come from?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a valid question. When you talk about home prices that were half or less than half of what they were 1 year ago, and you wonder, where's it all coming from? Well, I'll tell you, in most cases, it comes from debt, right?
Yeah, sure.
It comes from people borrowing money.
Well, it does, but also, I think that there's a level of, you're so wealthy and things are going so well for yourself that you're so ignorant almost to like, oh my God, this can happen to me.
You're sloppy.
Yeah, because I'm in my eyes.
You don't pay attention.
Like if you're running a business, and in this day and age, we all know you could make up a resume.
Sure.
Even like our lower level for our media company here, Mike, we have a background check when we hire people.
Right.
That's in place. Like prior to you starting, there's a background check that goes out that you have to sign off on, right?
And do you get the impression when you're watching Inventing Anna that perhaps during that period of time at that level, they kind of just blew that off?
There's no one there saying, hey, let's
she
make
had the
sure.
right doors.
Yeah, here we go.
And they're blinded by greed. They want to be part of a fabulous trip.
That's right.
And
there's the greed factor as well.
And
There's the greed factor
I want to
as
be part of a fabulous new club. I want to be part of this. He said, well, of course, I'll pay for everything if you could just pay for dinner tonight. Can you just front me the money for the hotel?
Right.
You know,
right.
there is greed.
But there's also Anna, like the Tindler swindler, he blinded, she and he both blinded their circle of friends with overt wealth.
Yep.
Right.
Where someone else is paying for it, but they never said someone else is paying for it.
Also,
It's
there was
amazing.
the angle of like staying at a multi-million-dollar hotel with thousands and thousands of dollars per night per room.
Right.
She gets to buy the time because of an occasional $100 tip to the concierge, because the concierge will cover her ass for $100.
Yeah,
they're losing $3,000 a night.
A line of credits being like, oh no, she's tipping $100.
Yeah, so
but
she's
she's
gotta
not
be
paying
there.
her $3,000 a night bill.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm right at the stage of this show where they actually give her a line at a bank because a bank doesn't want to piss her off.
Yes.
And they give her $200,000 for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I said,
With zero collateral.
welcome to the world of high society. And I've always felt like this to a certain degree with the art world.
Yep.
That's out there, which is predicated on, what do you see? What do you see when you see that? You know, that's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
And someone else's interpretation and people. That's a bit scammy in and
Also-
of itself,
Oh,
right?
100%.
Think about the dress. So and this is not giving away too much. So, and if you haven't watched,
You might
this,
be ahead of me. You might be ahead of me with the dress.
there's a scene where she accompanies the heiress that's being
okay.
grifted.
Yes.
Right.
And they go
Fabulously wealthy.
Yeah, they
woman.
go in shopping. They go shopping at a level. Was it
Bergdorf.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I've never been. I don't even know.
Bergdorf Goodman, a
Yes.
store that I went to one time when I was in New York, was so intimidated that I walked right out. You go up in an elevator, and each elevator has these small little areas where where you walk through. They all look like individual little boutiques.
Yeah.
For each designer.
Oh, I didn't know
And-
this.
Oh, it was terrifying.
It's a big deal.
So-
Terrifying, really.
So I didn't know it still existed. I thought it was something made up in the movie. But so they go there and there's a line of credit. I thought it was like Bloomingdale's. Clearly not. And they're like, "Is this on like the person she's grifting's tab?" And as soon as she hears tab, she goes shopping for her own costume.
She does
She's
everything
off
but
to the races.
Yeah.
everything but lick her lips when she finds out it's all covered. I mean, it's so great.
That's where I am. So we'll stop there. But
Yes.
I'll tell you, Inventing Anna, check it out. It is, and the accent, being a dialect guy, what is that accent?
That's so
and
great.
Does she sound like the original lady? And also the Tinder swindler is another one that's, this same type of thing.
Yeah.
Beware. Be very, very
Those
aware
are some
of these people.
thirsty ladies.
Oh
Yes.
my God!
I feel terrible for
Absolutely,
them.
yeah. Well,
I don't.
they're out there. If it's, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, ladies and gentlemen. But man, oh man, I just, and I never know. It's a surprise, and then Mrs. O'Mara and I finally find a show that we watch together. Because she's like, "Oh, that's a beautiful dress." Okay, all right.
Does she
Whatever.
enjoy the Gilded Age?
The Gilded Age? No, doesn't watch that one with me.
No.
I watched that one. Hello. We'll be right back, everybody.
What's up? 'Tis Jake the Snake. Guess what? I'm not blue anymore. Yes, the Gatorade stain has faded, just like little Michael's love for me. That's okay. I still have the father. He loves me. I love to curl up under his neck and nap. It's warm and safe.
I don't like that.
Oh, no
promo
anymore.
I don't like that promo anymore. I'm sorry. It's
all right.
I just was really subjective with that one. Hey, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whether it's finding a signature color, wearing a more flattering cut, or getting a new statement piece, the right detail can take your wardrobe up a notch. This year, let Indochino take care of your 2022 style edit. You can customize everything from suits and shirts to chinos and bomber jackets at prices more affordable than you might expect. Indochino offers completely custom-fitted suits, shirts, casual wear, and more at surprisingly affordable prices. Every piece is made to your exact measurements, and you can customize every detail. The best part, Indochino suits start from just $429 and shirts from $79 with all customizations included. Oscar has used Indochino for years. I love it, and you will too. You'll feel like a king. Give yourself a style edit that sets the tone for the rest of the year with Indochino. Get $50 off any purchase of $399 or more by using promo code TMOS at Indochino.com. That's $50 off a purchase of $399 or more at INDOCHINO.com. Promo code TMOS.
What a sound. Did you hear that? Make some noise.
Soundtown.
This was going viral yesterday, and it's just sort of one of those coincidental things. A lot of times, The Simpsons get credit for predicting the future. This actually goes back to a 1995 episode of Seinfeld where Kramer and Newman were playing Risk.
Okay.
And they were carrying the Risk game around, and they actually played Risk on the subway, and they upset a guy from the Ukraine.
Stop stalling.
I can't think. It's all this noise.
Or is it because I've built a stronghold around Greenland? I've driven you out of Western Europe? And I've left you teetering on the brink of complete annihilation.
I'm not beaten yet. I still have armies in the Ukraine.
The Ukraine is a sitting duck. The Ukraine is weak. I think it's time to put the hurt on the Ukraine.
I come from Ukraine. You not say Ukraine weak?
Yeah, well, we're playing a game here, pal.
Ukraine is game to you? How about I take your little boras?
Kind of weird. It just happened that happened 20-some years ago. That they
amazingly brave, tough people.
Yeah,
Go
very,
Ukraine.
very, very tough people. Mike, this is viral also yesterday. I can't fathom keeping a rat as a pet. Maybe a mouse, maybe a hamster, but this lady loves her rats, and the rats go into their cage when she sings to them, and her song is, it's almost addictive.
Here we go. All rats to the cage, all rats to the cage, come on. All rats to the cage, all rats to the cage, come on. All rats to the cage, all rats to the cage. Good job, good job, good job, good job, good job, and a very good job, and a very good job.
But they're scurrying into the
but the weird thing is they're coming out of like piles of clothes and stuff. There's only 2 rats, but
I gotta see that.
Yeah.
I gotta see that right away. Oh my God!
All
that's
rats
nasty.
to the
You gotta
cage.
get Jake and the Snake into that video.
Well, Jake's about to make the step up from a regular sized mouth to a smaller rat.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
He's grown like a weed.
Oh,
God love him.
bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Hard to dislike The Rock. I mean, just like a notably good guy, and he did such a nice job at the front of the Super Bowl. But then he does something like this, and it really cements it. He put a video up on the Instagram. It's him and The Rock's mom at the grave of his mom's parents singing. It's the sweetest thing you've ever seen.
Here in Honolulu, Hawaii, at my grandparents' grave.
Mommy and Daddy, this is for you. And for all of you out there who's lost someone, this is for you.
Oh, that's nice of you, man.
Means go for a walk. Tell it means too much talk. I love you means I love you. Take it easy means file and move.
Playing a uke.
Yeah. I mean, how do you not love a guy after something like that? And that's sweet.
And I love the Hawaiian ukulele music too. You know
too.
what I mean?
I love it.
It's always so peaceful and wonderful. I love to hear that.
Do you have the Jerry Lewis news, by the way, before we close?
I did not bring that in yet today, but
Shocker.
well, you know, we'll table it.
What's Jerry Lewis news?
You tell him.
There's been some sexual allegations. It came out in a Canadian newspaper yesterday that Jerry was with some improprieties.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not going to bring that to the front. It's like if that happened with Alton Brown, you wouldn't have that on the show.
I'll bring it tomorrow.
Actually, Mike, it was against Alton Brown. Jerry touched Alton Brown.
When you read this, it's cringeworthy.
Sorted?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Cringeworthy.
But
there's no surprise.
No, not at all. I was not surprised at all.
Yeah, but we can't. We got to bring the good. We got to bring the bad, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And statute of limitations. It's not like they're going to put him in jail.
I think almost
unless they have a shovel.
Everyone's dead.
Mike.
Yeah.
Speaking of sweet, this is also so sweet. Kanye West has released a new song that he sampled Kim Kardashian in, took her monologue from Saturday Night Live, and I just think this is it's so disgusting.
I married the best rapper of all time.
He is so...
Not only that, he's
so
the
ill.
richest black man in America. A talented, legit genius who gave me 4 incredible kids.
That's got to
So
make her feel
sad.
good, huh? Yeah.
So sad that he's got to be that pathetic. Unbelievable.
There's a very popular documentary that I've already watched 2 of the 3 episodes on Kanye as a young man.
Is it called Genius?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's actually, Mike, you would love it. Because this is normal Kanye.
It's trending on Netflix right now.
Normal. You see the inception. It gave me a whole different profile of his musical prowess, his talent, and what it took to get where he was. I don't know if it's him essentially evolving into what is a billionaire and everybody around him is a yes man scenario that we are now or if it's true bipolar diagnosis where it does manifest itself later in life.
Right.
That it's just, we don't know what we're going to get.
So you got a totally different guy now.
A totally different guy.
Yeah.
Started with right around the time of the award show where he walked up on stage.
Yeah, that was almost like the flip of a switch there.
The Taylor Swift moment where he grabs the award. That's when it started. We started to see that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, Mike,
interesting.
Let's close with this because you mentioned before you're a dialectician. I think you'll enjoy this dialect. It's a little subtle, but also it's a good story. A guy in California, his boat capsized. He had to swim to save his life. It was getting too far away. He was getting tired. And I believe when we took our boat ride in Maine, we saw harbor seals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A harbor seal actually came up behind him and pushed him to safety.
Wow.
Yeah, but check this story out.
I just started swimming as hard as I could towards the boat, and it really didn't take too long to realize, like, it's getting farther. I'm not getting closer. I hear this splash. It's just this little harbor seal. The seal would go underwater, and he came up and nudged me like a dog comes up and nudges your leg. Did it know, like, hey, this human's in trouble. Come on, keep going, dude.
What was great is then the seal turned to him and said,
Classic Californian accent, phenomenal.
He said, you should have come up the 5 to the 1. What are you doing here?
Wow, harbor
that's
seal,
sweet.
man. That's awesome, man.
That's all I got for you today,
That's
Mike.
it. It's Owen Wilson.
Now leaving SoundCloud.
Wow.
Please come again.
Hey, dude. So this harbor seal comes in, pushes me right on the butt, man. It's fantastic. Yes, sirree. We got to get out of here. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. For Robb Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
See you later.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it. What about my asthma? I'll give you asthma.
Sayonara, sucker!
Wow.